You know what? No organized format for the video. Rangers will lose 5-2 to the Minnesota Wild. If you can't tell, am just slightly pissed. Just a small amount pissed. So where do we begin? Where do we begin with this one? I guess before we get into it, leave a like if you enjoy this. Subscribe if you guys are new. Especially if you're Ranger fans. We recap every single Ranger game here. Turn on the notifications if you have not already, so you know when I upload, even though I do upload after every single Ranger game. And of course, yeah, share this around. So why not help me out? So where do we start? How about the coaching decision? Yep, so we see who's starting on the ice. Oh, that's weird. Zibanejad, Kreider, Brzezinski, Miller, Lindgren, Georgiev? Oh, silly me. How can I forget that this is the homecoming for three of those guys? How can I forget that Johnny Brzezinski, Keandre Miller, and Ryan Lindgren all need to be out there for the first shift because it is their first time back in Minnesota in ages? How can I forget? That's so silly of me. Honestly, I'm just stupid. What do I know? I'm not coaching a hockey team. What would I know about doing that? Just silly me. My God, how can I forget about that? And I had the people telling me on Twitter, oh, they're doing it because they're from Minnesota. How could you not realize that? Yes, I realize that. But you don't just throw guys out there just because it's their hometown for the first shift. If they let up a goal on that first shift, everyone would be like, go on, you're a fucking idiot. Why would you put them out there for the first shift? But apparently it was A-okay. But later on, we'll see Rangers Twitter in particular, and everyone in general, not be too thrilled with Gallant's coaching decisions, including myself tonight. But I wasn't thrilled from the jump there. Wasn't thrilled when Georgiev was announced in goal, considering you're playing the Minnesota Wild, who are a high-scoring offensive team. It makes no sense how you don't wait until St. Louis or you wait until Dallas. Right? Right? Two teams that don't score that many goals. Right? It just makes little to no sense. Little to none. And whatever. You know, fine. Let's get into this one. First period, the Rangers actually started off somewhat okay, if you want to say that. They started off decent. The first few minutes of this game, it was kind of back and forth. They were getting some good chances. Georgiev had to come up with big saves, and then, because we compliment them. Oh, Gauthier also here and there. He had a good defensive play. He got a pretty good opportunity, and of course, an odd man rush. No, we don't do anything. Gauthier, go to the net. Nah. Let me skate it around the boards to the perimeter, skate it to the wall. Then I'll try to make the pass over. That makes sense, right? Then Georgiev made some good saves early. And then, nope. Why do I compliment them? Because just an abysmal turnover by Braden Schneider right to the tape of, I think it was Kaprizov. And then Hartman ends up scoring on this one after Kaprizov gets the puck there. Hartman scores. Nothing Nemeth could do. Nothing Schneider could do. And then Georgiev couldn't save a beach ball tonight, and that was example number one. So, Minnesota goes up 1-0 early in this one. Oh, but don't you worry, because it was... you think they'd maybe respond because this team has been good at coming back Nah. Panarin fans on an easy shot. Here's me tweeting about Gauthier having a decent night. Ironic. But most of the passes were brutal all night, especially from Gauthier himself. Just the passes were sloppy. And then, yep, not too long after, Joel Eriksson-Ek from Marcus Foligno and Greenway, they end up scoring to make it 2-0 pretty quickly after. It was just a great tip-in goal. I thought it was higher at first, but nope. Adam Fox, what does he do? Not tie him up. Can't really fault Georgiev for that one at all. So, yeah, but the defense, non-existent. Dryden Hunt on that back check. I'm still waiting for him to arrive on that one. Then what? You have Lafreniere, who gets a great chance from Chris Kreider late in the period. Shots on goal were split at 6, so not the worst period, not the best. Second period, Fox with a really brutal turnover gives a golden opportunity right in front of the net for the Minnesota Wild. Thankfully, Georgiev comes up with the save there. You have Gauthier putting the puck on net for once. But thankfully, somewhat early in the period, the Rangers actually score. Wow, can you believe it? Dryden Hunt from Strome and Panarin. Panarin with a beautiful pass from the D zone up to the middle of the ice in the neutral zone to Ryan Strome. An odd-man rush goal. Wow, can you believe it? And Dryden Hunt too? Whoa! Crazy, I know. Second line, Dryden Hunt finally scoring a goal, his 4th of the year, and he's playing on the second line. Then Minnesota gets a power play not too long after from what I thought was a clear flop, but sure, Patrick Nemeth gets a penalty. But wait a second, Mika Zibanejad then ties the game, a filthy goal, a clean, just absolutely filthy defensive play on Matt Zuccarello there, and he makes a filthy move on Cam Talbot, and the Rangers tie this one at 2, and you're like, they're gonna win it. They're gonna win it. We've seen it before. They come back. They're gonna win it. Don't worry. Oh, nope. Never mind. Guys, we tied the game. That's it. All right. Throw your hands up. And on the same power play, Boldy and Foligno. Boldy finds Fiala all day cross crease at the back door, and he buries that one home. So, yep, another poor defensive play, leaving him wide open. Sure. And then you have, oh, this is my favorite. This was just my favorite of the game, right? Keandre Miller, monster hit on Kaprizov to stop a scoring chance for the Wild. And then what happens next shift with Keandre Miller and Jacob Trouba on the ice? Breakaway goal for Marcus Foligno. Woohoo! Dumba and Brodin pick up the apples on that. Georgiev bites on a awful deke. And the Minnesota Wild go up 4-2. You can't compliment Trouba and Miller. How could you not learn from that mistake, Evan? Well, apparently I didn't learn from that one. So I'm sorry. You can never compliment them. Oh, and then, yeah, because we're down 4-2. Gallant, let's see. Lafreniere, he's not looking too good, so let's just move him down to the third line. Yep, who looks good for the first line? Oh, Ryan Reeves. Yep, he looks great. That's a great first line idea. Love that one so much, Gallant. Great job. Really got the boys going. Yep, and then Fox and Nemeth. Lazy defensive effort there, especially from Fox, and Fiala scores another goal from Zuccarello because, of course, Zuccarello had to get a point this game. Another one Georgiev could have saved, but yeah, Rangers go down 5-2 going into the intermission. and the shots were 11-7. You know who it was in favor of for that period. Third period, you still got Reeves on the first line. And then this is where I jinxed it. I tweeted, it was really nice that the Rangers were showing some urgency. You had some really good shifts for half the period. The Rangers actually looked like they were in control. Were they shooting the puck enough? Hell no. But at least they were in control, showing me something, right? And then after that, nope. All Minnesota Wild the rest of the game. Georgiev just looked like he needed he looked lost out there, but he needed a map. Just every routine save, he's looking behind him like, shit, did that one go in? And then at the end of this one, Brzezinski clearly got hooked, but the refs didn't call anything. And then afterwards, I just absolutely loved. Could someone get a picture, please, of the refs shaking hands? Could someone please just get that picture of the ref shaking hands with the Rangers after the game? Because that was just irony at its finest, considering the fact that the refs called absolutely nothing all game for the Rangers when there could have been easily numerous calls. Just ironic. But would it have changed the game? No. Shots on goal for the third period, 12-11 in favor of the Rangers. Believe it or not. Believe it or not. Shots on goal and total for the game, 28-25. You know who that's in favor of. Face-off percentage, 56-44. You know who that one's in favor of. Block shots, 11-10 in favor of the Rangers. Hits, 19-18 in favor of the Wild, which the Wild were just bodying the Rangers around all night. Turnovers, 11-3. More for the Wild, actually, believe it or not. You wouldn't think, considering how many turnovers I thought the Rangers had. But, I'm trying to understand. What did Alexi Lafreniere do? What did Zach Jones do? What did Morgan Barron do that they make one mistake and Gallant's like, nope, had enough of them. But K'Andre Miller, Patrick Nemeth, Dryden Hunt, especially you, Dryden Hunt, Greg McKegg, Julian Gauthier, all of them, let go make as many mistakes as you want. Who cares if it's costing the team? Who cares? Just makes no sense to me. It makes none. Let's get into each individual line for the night. My favorite first line of Chris Kreider, Mika Zibanejad, and Ryan Reeves, because that's what it was for most of the game. Ass. The second line, ass. The third line, ass. Fourth line, ass. Oh, the third line. Let's get into that when it was Lafreniere, Hedel, Barclay Goodrow. Who was on Twitter? Here. It was David. Davey Upper is his @ Go follow him on Twitter. Beautiful video of Filip Hedel just carrying the puck all willy-nilly through the neutral zone where Lafreniere and Goudreau just waiting at the blue line, wide open for a pass. But what does Hedel do? Nope, let's just try to be Connor McDavid and blow through three guys. You know, when Gallant said to be like Mika Zibanejad, Hedel, I don't think he meant it that literally, because Mika Zibanejad wouldn't even attempt that. He's not dumb to make that attempt. But that's just a prime example of what Hedel has done all year. Just not passing the puck. And yeah, I'd be frustrated, like Dave said in that tweet, if I was playing on a line with Filip Hedel. Fourth line, again, useless. The defense, all of them were useless. I don't even think I really need to get into each individual guy. Fox, I don't know what is up with him, but my God, does he look bad? And my God, am I worried. Oh boy, and then Georgiev, that beautiful .821 save percentage on the night. Woohoo! But at least baseball might be coming back, right? I guess we got some positives in the news there. Well, let's get the Twitter for the night. Let's just get the Twitter. All right, here we go. New York Style 24 says no comment. Fair, very fair. Can relate. NWare 10. What were your thoughts when you first saw? Can't read. What were your thoughts when you first saw Georgiev was starting? Like I said earlier in the video, why? Like, the Minnesota Wild of all teams on this road trip, the Minnesota Wild. Okay. And then Morgan Danielle, my bad, reply saying, I should take my bets back. I didn't. Yeah, a lot of people bet under the assumption that Georgiev was not going to be in goal this one. So, yeah. Thomas says, sorry, I'm not even going to try to pronounce your last name, but Caps is in your Twitter name, so I'll just say Thomas Caps. Thank you for applying. I believe this is your first time. One, why is Panarin the most expensive Zuccarello this season? I was kind of having this thought in my head earlier in the day, because sometimes I just think about the Rangers at random. Is Panarin a bit overpaid? Because I'm seeing guys around the league, like, I hate to be so negative, and maybe it's just like on the loss, but I was thinking of this before the loss, but I was thinking, is Panarin slightly overpaid? Because Triton Hunt and Ryan Schomar's line mates, yes, they're not good, but there are some guys in the league that are playing with worse line mates that are putting up solid numbers, so maybe he's a tad overpaid, but I don't know if it's fair to call him an expensive Zuccarello, because we know what he could do at an elite level, but this season, I guess that's somewhat fair to say. 2, would the Rangers lose Georgiev to waivers even with the shit show of games? Yes, because teams are always hungry for goalies, and they've seen what Georgiev has done in the past, so there would be a team to pick up Georgiev off waivers. I think for now, they're just going to have to call Kincaid up, make Georgiev sit in the press box, and just see what Kincaid could do, because I really don't think he could start Georgiev for another game as a Ranger. I really don't. After tonight, I don't think he does. I think you try to ride with Kincaid, or you trade for a backup before Shesterkin needs rest again. 3, would losing Georgiev in waivers even matter at this point? Yes, because you'd like to get some sort of return for him. Agent Smith replied, though, to that saying, Lowell Zuccarello's having a career year and Panarin is still out producing him. And then you replied saying Panarin is better than Zuccarello. He has been. All I'm saying is he's not dominating, and playing Zuccarello's game just isn't worth $12 million. Completely agree with that. There's no doubt Panarin's having a down year. But, yeah, I think your comparison's actually pretty fair, to be completely honest. I actually think it's a fair comparison. And that says, crap game for many tonight. Fox, Panarin, whole Zibanejad line was a non-factor. Well, to be fair to that Zibanejad line, Ryan Reeves was playing with them for most of the game. And then someone said, I'm not even going to try to pronounce it, your Twitter handle or anything, but JLT71 says, if Panarin drifts down to that Zuccarello road, I'm done. Aren't we all? New York Rangers podcast, very appropriate comment, very appropriate Twitter handle, says Payne. Very appropriate. And then you got political Jersh. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that second part right. Sorry. But I believe this is your first time. Thank you for applying. Just replies with 4 hands, face palming. Yep. Very appropriate. And the last thing we have is from the Marv Zone saying, not mad. Georgiev was in net, was expecting a loss. I don't like that attitude, to be honest, where you just throw your hands up because the backup is in. You need to win games when your backup is in. You need to. It just is what it is. But, yeah. I'm not happy. I'm sure you guys aren't. But, yeah, I think I'm good. Hopefully I get to upload later about baseball coming back, because that'd be something nice to talk about, something that would put a smile on my face, because I want to see Max Scherzer pitch as a Met already. But that's besides the point. If you did enjoy this, leave a like, subscribe if you guys are new, turn the notifications on, as always, and I will see you guys in the next one. Let's go Rangers, I guess, right?